for England, James. Today's video is GoldenEye 007, the video game, but not for the Nintendo 64. There was a remaster created for Xbox Live Arcade on the Xbox 360. GoldenEye 007 Xbox 360 Xbox Live Arcade 420 No-Scope Edition is one of gaming's biggest tragedies that's ever befallen the hobby. Nearly a completely finished game canceled last minute because of licensing complications. Reportedly only 2 months away from release before it was canceled, GoldenEye 360, also known as Project Bean, was later leaked onto archive.org, and the original poster's name is Sean Bean's Bean, referencing the game codename being Bean, and Sean Bean, the actor who played Alec Trevelyan in the film. GoldenEye for the Xbox Live Arcade is actually a really quality remaster of Rare's original 1997 Nintendo 64 release, with the remaster being developed by Rare themselves and some of the original developers. It included high-definition textures, 60 FPS that it could actually hit, with smooth performance, dual analog sticks, widescreen support. All the while, they didn't really lose the original soul of the classic either. It's still there. Both the GoldenEye release for Xbox Live Arcade and Nintendo 64 loosely follow the movie with the same name, where Bond crosses the world from Russia to Cuba to investigate a satellite-based weapon called the GoldenEye. Along the way, he discovers a betrayal of a former MI6 agent and races to prevent the destruction of London. This is all for people who don't know this and never watched the movies or played the original game. The Xbox Live adaptation of this doesn't change the plot in any way at all, as far as I could tell. It's pretty much, if not exactly the same as the original Nintendo 64 release. The Xbox Live Arcade release faithfully recreates all the original in-game engine cutscenes, which also aren't really too good. They were all very short, and there's no voice acting in the entire game. Like, the mission briefing between levels is just a page of text telling you what to do, and there's no voice acting there either. But the original game came on a cartridge, and it just couldn't hold all that data, so it's text. The next part is the best part of GoldenEye, and that's the gameplay. The core gameplay loop has you going level to level, completing objectives, which some are really easy to find, and you'll basically complete them by walking forward and shooting guy, whereas some of the other ones are a bit more nuanced and maybe a little bit more difficult to figure out what exactly you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. All the while, you'll be mowing down hordes of enemies that have these drastic and over-the-top death animations, like they're really acting. They're really trying to win an Academy Award, it feels like.
And the Oscar goes to...
From nowhere in particular, this guy!
The harder difficulty levels, you'll get more objectives on some of these missions as well. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't change the enemies too much. Maybe they have a little bit more health and do a little bit more damage, but you have to play the hardest mission to get all the levels. There's 2 secret levels at the end that if you play anything below the hardest difficulty, you won't unlock it. Happy, happy day. The heavens open up. The light shines upon your controller, bestowing upon you a second analog stick to your blessed hands. And oh boy, does this game wake up. Shooters were never good on a single stick controller, and once you give GoldenEye 2, it really shines. And this is coming from a mouse and keyboard guy, with the auto aim, the limb-based damage, and the AI design that's actually pretty good at not necessarily spreading out, but finding ways to get to you. You'll walk down hallways feeling like a main character from a freaking movie, just mowing guys down and watching each of them with their overreacted and overacted death animations. You're freaking dual-wielding guns at the same time. You know that one scene where Terry Crews is in The Expendables 1 and he's just walking down the hallway wasting everyone with the AA-12? That's basically you. Side note, The Expendables really sucked. I'm disappointed. The visuals, in my opinion, are exactly how they should have done it. It retains that original core design philosophy and looks exactly how your memories looked. Don't turn it off. You really don't remember how horrible the original game actually looks with the pencil AK-47. It's overall just a cleaner, higher fidelity, and sharper image with nothing crazy overall. This was never designed to be a ground-up remake. It was just meant to be a newer, better way to play the old classic iconic game. I saw some people saying it looked like an upscaled N64 game on an emulator, and those people are smoking straight crack. It's all new textures, and I really like how it ended up. It looks way better. It's really a disservice to the work they did to say it was just an emulator upscale, because it just isn't. And on that note, the game runs at 60 FPS all the time and doesn't dip at all in the emulator. It's a pre-release game. Like, the software is pre-release, and it is extremely stable, runs great, looks great. It's just missing a few soundtracks, which is really too bad. Onto that soundtrack, the original film scores are still well preserved alongside the iconic Grant Kirkhope soundtrack that so many people remember quite fondly from the original release. Unfortunately, the pause music and the briefing music are both missing from this version of the game, which is devastating when you realize that the pause music is such an iconic track that basically everybody who owned a Nintendo 64 knew by heart. It's a real shame. All the weapon sounds, the environmental audio, the UI sounds, the beeps, the clicks, like when you go through the watch, that's all well preserved from the original release, and it's now back with updated clarity. It's just a real shame that the pause music isn't there. And GoldenEye Xbox Live Arcade sits in a really unique position. It's in a gray area since it's pre-release software that you couldn't obtain 100% above board even if you really tried to. But it is an excellent and a faithful remaster of one of the most iconic games from many people's childhoods, myself included. I would make the argument that since you really can't obtain it regularly, and it's on archive.org, you aren't crossing any red lines. It's really not that unreasonable to make that assessment and play it on an emulator. Once you cross that bridge of morality, you can experience an exceptional game that really does shine on the Xbox 360 with its way better hardware that could actually run the game at higher than 10 FPS and its 2 analog sticks. The original release of this was going to be 800 to 1200 Microsoft points, which is $10 to $15 after you do the conversion. That's a steal. You would have gotten a great value on that. If you're feeling guilty about playing this on an emulator, just mail Rare $20, I guess. But absolutely play the game. It's a damn shame we almost missed this game and lost it. If that guy would have never leaked it, it may have become lost media.